Welcome everyone to the Peace Corps Prep Certificate Program information session. We're really happy that you decided to take time out of your day to join us. And we're excited to share with you, more information about the certificate program and also what Peace Corps is. So we're going to start by introducing ourselves briefly so you know who is in the room. So my name is Kelly Nelson. I'm the Assistant Director for Global Engagement and Education Abroad at the International Center. And one of my roles at the International Center is to oversee our Peace Corps initiatives, which you will hear more about in just a moment. I am not a returned Peace Corps volunteer. As Shannon mentioned earlier, I have spent time abroad. I participated in the Fulbright program in Germany, teaching English in between undergrad and graduate school. I also studied abroad in Germany as an undergrad. So I will pass it over to Shannon to introduce herself.
Thank you, Callie. I really appreciate that. Hi, all. My name is Shannon Carter. I am a graduate advisor for the Peace Corps Prep program. If this is an initiative you guys are interested in pursuing, you would be talking to me for this academic year. I'm currently a student myself working on my second master's degree in Master's of Social Work candidate. I'm also a clinical intern at CAPS, and I'm also a teacher's assistant for the School of Nursing for first-year nursing students. So we have a busy schedule, but it's okay. We'll get through this together. And I'm also an extended and evacuated returned Peace Corps volunteer who served in Ukraine from 2017 to 2020 when I was evacuated. And not only was I evacuated, Hannah and Haley were evacuated as well. And it's my pleasure to introduce you to Haley, not Haley, my apologies, to Hannah, who are both recruiters. See, I'm stumbling already. Hannah, can you save me?
It's okay. We did not make it easy with us being named Hannah and Haley. It confuses everyone. So yeah, I'll introduce myself and then I'll give a brief introduction of Haley. So hi, I'm Hannah. I am also a Master of Social Work candidate here at the University of Michigan and an evacuated volunteer who served in Colombia as a TEFL or English teaching volunteer from 2019 to 2020. Haley is also a student here. She is getting a dual degree at the Ford School of Public Policy and the School for the Environment and Sustainability. It's a double master's. She's obviously the other Peace Corps recruiter, and she was a TEFL volunteer in Zambia, evacuated also 2019 to 2022. So I'll do a little bit of the overview about what is Peace Corps, because a lot of my position as the recruiter is to help people, one, who are interested to learn a little more about it, but also to help you through like applications, resume review, things like that. So that's a lot where I work in with the Peace Corps Prep program. So what is the Peace Corps? The Peace Corps is a 2-year post-graduation volunteer program focused on 6 different sectors: health, education, youth development, community economic development, agriculture, or the environment. However, there is a lot of overlap in these sectors. So if you're interested in more than one, you could probably do more than one. Just one will be your main and the other will be what we call a secondary path program. And then Peace Corps volunteers assimilate into right now we're at 40 countries, I think. We're at about 40. We should be getting to 60 by the end of 2023, I have heard. So if you guys are like juniors or below, by the time you guys would be possibly applying for the Peace Corps, that we will be back up to 60 countries. And you're living and working with local community leaders to kind of do the different projects that your community finds most impactful and helpful. And then just a reminder, Peace Corps is a competitive process. So some of the benefits for doing the Peace Corps. So one, they pay for your travel to and from country of service. They provide full medical and dental coverage while you are in the Peace Corps, so you don't have to worry about like medical fees. You are allowed a living stipend, which is pretty much your paycheck. They just can't call it that because of like reasons. Along with vacation time, it's about 2 days a month that you can accrue, and you get to save them up so you could use them all at once or use them as they come. Along with, you get transition funds for after service. So we know a lot of people going into the Peace Corps. One, a lot of them are right out of undergrad, so you may not have a lot of money going in. So moving back to the US afterwards could be costly. And then there are education benefits. So one is student loan assistance. So you can put your loans into forbearance while you are in the Peace Corps, and there is no fee to participate. So then some of the benefits after Peace Corps. Obviously, you're going to make lifelong friends and bonds. I still keep in touch with my cohort, and we really only had about 6 months together. I actually just went to DC last weekend and met up with a bunch of them for dinner while I was there. So that was really fun, along with a lot of transition and job search services. So they do a lot to help you if you are interested in taking the GRE while abroad or the LSAT going to grad school. They can help you with that, along with the skills that you are gaining. These are highly marketable skills that you can use for any degree, along with a lot of skills that may not be seen in your usual work trainings like cultural competency and language. Along with, you get advantages for federal employment. So you get what's called non-competitive eligibility, which kind of means it's easier to get into working with the federal government if that's something you're interested in. Along with opportunities for short-term assignments through Peace Corps Response. And actually they did change that so that it used to be only RPCVs could do Peace Corps Response. Now anyone can, but they do have higher stipulations. So you may need more training or master's programs for some of those positions. And another one that the logo is up there is the Peace Corps Coverdell Fellows, and along with scholarships. Some of them don't always call it the Coverdell Fellows. But Shannon and I are also both Coverdell Fellows here at the University of Michigan. So it depends on the school you want to go to, but usually it's about 50% is covered through Coverdell for your graduate school tuition. And Kelly just put some links in the chat for more information about those if you are interested. Also, if you are interested, reach out to either of us because we can talk you through the application process or to any questions. So another big thing is there's a large international community. I'm sure a lot of you came to U of M because of the big network of people you're going to meet, people from all over the world, along with like a historical connections. So same thing with the Peace Corps. Peace Corps has been around over 60 years now. And so there are over 240,000 RPCVs. And there's probably more at this point because I think this may be pre-pandemic numbers. So I don't know if even Shannon or I are in these numbers. So there's that. And then there's also different Peace Corps organizations that you can get involved in, whether it's in your area. So we have, it's called SEMI here. It's Southeastern Michigan. And then you can also stay in contact with friends of, and usually your host country is to keep in touch with people back in your host country. And so now I'll pass it back to Shannon to talk more about the prep certificate program.
Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that. I will work on my Hannah and Haley skills as we move forward too. So yes, let's dive into the Peace Corps Prep program. And it is an undergraduate certificate program that it can be integrated into your bachelor program. It doesn't cost you any additional money. However, it gives you a little extra boost on your resume if you choose to do Peace Corps or choose not to do Peace Corps. So it's no additional cost. And Kelly and I will sit down with you and help you guide through this process for this no-cost certificate. So it encompasses 4 core competencies by integrating the coursework, extracurricular activities, professional and development activities, and there's a competitive edge from applying to service as well when you apply for Peace Corps, because it is a competitive process as well. And you receive a Peace Corps a certificate from Peace Corps. So the certificate will say Peace Corps that you fulfilled the requirements for this program, and congratulations, you've gone through that process. And you can do that at pretty much, you can sign up now, or in a rolling basis, you can sign up next year. You do need to sign up before a year before you graduate the program as well. So all students, U.S. citizens and international students, are eligible to complete for the prep program. However, you do need to have USA citizenship to apply to go abroad with the Peace Corps agency. Okay, so let's dive into those 5 core requirements. Now, One is the training and experience. Now, you'll have to select one of the 6 work sectors: education, health, youth development, environment, agriculture, community, and economic development. They have to be very specific, right? So you can sit down with us and we can discuss what your current undergrad degree is and what those courses can line up to figure out what sector. Now, once you get in the field, you might work in a different sector, but this is specifically for the Peace Corps Prep program. And so 3 related courses and plus 50 hours of related experience. Now, 2, foreign language skills. You need a minimum of 2 semesters. If you want to go to a Latin country speaking country, such as, like the Spanish courses, so that's Central America and South America, you are required to speak Spanish from those countries. Now, you can also be a native Spanish speaker too, and that could fill that requirement as well. If you're bilingual or trilingual, that may fulfill this requirement as well. Now, 3, intercultural competence. There's 1 core course and 2 additional approved courses. There is a list that Kelly and I have that will meet this requirement. And so when you come in and sit down, talk to us, let's look at your transcript and then talk about your long-term plan with your undergrad degree, and we can guide you through those intercultural competencies to meet that requirement. Now, 4, professional and leadership development. Hannah and Haley will help you with your resume and interview prep, and you basically have to demonstrate leadership experience. And when you fill out that paperwork, you basically have to write a paragraph about your leadership experience and what you've done with your undergrad work. What kind of volunteer work did you do? What kind of work experience have you had? And then you have to make appointments with Hannah and Haley to go through that process with your resume and interview prep. Okay, and 5, the last one, you need to attend at least 1 U of M Peace Corps Prep event. Like Haley's here in the office with me today, and we were just talking about the coffee chats. Hannah's currently putting together our Return Peace Corps volunteer panel talking about global issues. Or you have to attend 1 informal interview with a Return Peace Corps volunteer. Myself, Hannah, or Haley will sit down and we'll help you go through that process of an informal interview. But we're here to support you throughout this entire process and guide you through every one of these steps. Now, the benefits of the program. This basically provides it makes your education more dynamic, interdisciplinary, and engaging. As it says here on the slide, enhances your education by emphasizing marketable skills, your foreign language, intercultural competency, leadership, and an area of specialty backed by your coursework and what you've been doing for your undergrad degree. And it provides you an opportunity to earn a Peace Corps Prep certificate that can highlight on your resume, as I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation. So no matter what direction you go in life or a career field, it's just an added extra bonus at no additional cost that can go ahead and help boost you through your career, or at least as you start your career. And as mentioned earlier, it increases your competitiveness to applying to Peace Corps if you choose to do that.
Great, thanks, Shannon. I think before we move on, I'm going to go to the Peace Corps Prep website just so that I can show everyone who's here today where they can find out a little bit more specific information about the program requirements. So 1 second. Okay. So I'm actually going to start just from the International Center's homepage. So our website is internationalcenter.umich.edu, or you can simply Google International Center UMich and it will pop up. When you hit the homepage over here under quick links, you'll see Peace Corps and Peace Corps Prep. So if you wish to connect with Hannah and Haley to talk specifically about recruitment and joining the Peace Corps program to go abroad and serve, you would click on this one. If you wish to get more information about the Peace Corps Prep Certificate program, you would click on this one. All right, so here on the homepage, you'll see, well, there's information about advising hours, but what I really want to highlight here is the program requirements. So you'll see that this page is laid out in the order that Shannon just went through the requirements. So, you'll first select which work sector you would like to work towards. And when you do that, it gives you a sense for the types of courses that we're looking for under each sector. So essentially, the way you can think about it is if you choose one of these sectors, we're looking for 3 courses that would prepare someone who is going to serve in the Peace Corps in that sector. So if you choose environment, we're looking for 3 courses that could potentially prepare you for future service in the environment sector. And we give examples of the types of courses that we're looking for under each one of these. We also give some examples of the type of hands-on experience we're looking for. So in addition to the 3 courses, there's 50+ hours of work or volunteer experience related to the sector that's required. So under each one of these drop downs, we give some information about what Peace Corps is looking for under each of these fields. So you can take a look at that. We even give some links to different University of Michigan offices and student organizations that could be good to look into. Foreign language skills, this is summarized here. I think Shannon kind of succinctly covered that. There really are only specific language requirements for the placements in Latin America or French-speaking Africa. Otherwise, just two foreign language classes is really what we're looking for the Peace Corps Prep Certificate Program. Intercultural competence. So we're looking for students to have taken one of our core courses, and then there are 2 electives. So for the core course, we do have a specific list, and you're welcome to take a look at this sort of on your own time after this session, but I just wanted to show it to you so you have a sense for what types of courses are on this list. So you'll see there's some sociology courses, there's quite a few ALA courses. For folks that are involved in intergroup relations, you'll see a lot of those courses. There's also some nursing and engineering courses on here too. I really want to highlight, though, the very top course here. It's a not-for-credit free online course, or a MOOC, called Community Engagement Collaborating for Change. This course was actually created by U of M faculty and staff, and it's available free to University of Michigan students. It is a short class, so it's not like a traditional semester-long course. And the topic, the content is really perfect for future Peace Corps service, or really any type of experience where you're going to be entering a community that's not your own and engaging with that community. So I highly, highly recommend this course to be part of your Peace Corps Prep Certificate. I've had students do it during the winter break. You can certainly do it during the summer. You can do it at any time. It's very flexible. So keep that in mind, especially if you're looking at this list and you're feeling nervous about fulfilling the core course requirement. Outside of the core courses, the other 2 electives, it's very open. So when Peace Corps Prep first started, we had a specific list of courses that we encourage students to look at, which you can still find right here. We soon realized that there are so many courses across the university that deal with sort of, diversity and inclusion, comparative perspectives, area studies, that we didn't want people to feel limited. And so now you'll find that this section actually just gives guidelines for the type of courses that we're looking for. And then you can select courses or find courses that are really going to fit in with your career path, with your area of interest, etc. We also give several examples here too, in case you're feeling stuck, of where you might be able to find these courses. And then you'll see more information about the leadership requirements are listed here. And then the requirement about what we're looking for when we say learn about Peace Corps. So those are a little bit more straightforward, but I just wanted to show you where some of that course related information can be found on our website. Once you join Peace Corps Prep, you will also be added to a Canvas site where we also have the requirements listed. So there's a lot of information available to you to learn more about how to fulfill the requirements for the program. All right, I'm going to go back to the slide deck now. Okay, so as Shannon already mentioned, admissions to Peace Corps Prep is rolling. So you can apply at any time during the semester, during breaks, and within a couple of weeks, we'll review your application and accept you into the program. Once you're accepted into the program, we ask that you schedule a one-on-one appointment to meet with either Shannon and myself, just to make sure that your plan for potentially fulfilling the Peace Corps Prep certificate seems realistic, and also to answer any questions you might have. We offer advising throughout the year. So during The fall and winter term, Shannon will have specific office hours, and then during the summer, I typically do the advising by appointment only. And then we do have events that take place at certain times throughout the year to bring together Peace Corps prep students and to provide opportunities to learn more about Peace Corps and open door policy. So if you can't find a time that fits into your schedule with those office hours that are listed on our homepage, just email us and we'll figure out another time to meet with you. And this is the website. So I already showed it to you, so this probably doesn't look super different. But if you are available on Tuesdays and Fridays between 1 and 5, you would just simply click here on the book your appointment online, which will go to a Calendly link. And you can find a time that fits in with your schedule. And again, if you are unable to find a time, just email peacecorpsprep@umich.edu. And remember that Corps does have an S after it. Sometimes that trips folks up. But that reaches both Shannon and myself, and we can answer your questions that way too. And that is it. That's our overview of the Peace Corps Prep program and the staff that are supporting the Peace Corps initiatives on campus. I'm going to stop recording now, but we will be happy to stay on to answer any questions that you might have for us in just a moment.